Letting go feels like losing, like something important is being taken away from you. But the truth is, what feels like a loss is often the beginning of something you don't yet understand. You've probably felt it, that quiet heaviness in your chest. That moment when you realize you have to release something or someone you never wanted to lose, and it doesn't feel like growth. It feels like grief. You try to convince yourself you're doing the right thing. You tell yourself it's necessary, but deep down, it feels like you're giving up something that mattered, something that once felt like everything. Philosopher Lao Tzu once said, "If you let go a little, you will have a little peace. If you let go a lot, you will have a lot of peace." But what he didn't explain is why letting go feels so painful before it feels peaceful. Because in that moment, you're not just releasing a person, you're releasing hope, expectation, a version of your future that will never happen now. And that's why it hurts. But here's the part most people never realize. You're not actually losing what you think you are. You're being separated from something that could never fully become yours. And once you understand that, letting go stops feeling like loss and starts feeling like clarity. You're not losing them. You're losing the story you created. What hurts isn't reality. It's the story that no longer exists. Before I continue, do you want to pause here, or should I take you deeper into this first truth? Now think about this carefully. When you say you don't want to let go, what exactly are you holding on to? Is it the person, or is it the idea of what they meant to you? Because most of the time, we are not attached to people as they are. We are attached to the version of them we created in our minds, the version that understood us, the version that cared deeply, the version that would eventually become everything we hoped for. But here's the painful truth. That version may have never truly existed. Psychologist Carl Jung believed that we often project our inner desires onto others, creating an image that reflects what we need, not what is real. And when reality doesn't match that image, we don't just feel disappointment, we feel loss. It's like writing a story in your mind, and then being forced to accept that the ending you imagined will never happen. That's what letting go feels like, not losing them, but losing the future you built around them. And that's why it feels so heavy, because you're not just letting go of a person, you're letting go of a possibility. But here's the shift. Once you see the difference between reality and illusion, you begin to understand something powerful. You're not losing what was real, you're releasing what was never fully there to begin with. Your mind confuses attachment with value. Just because it meant a lot to you doesn't mean it was right for you. Before I continue, take a second. Do you want to reflect on this idea? Or should I take you deeper into the next truth? Now listen closely. One of the biggest reasons letting go feels like losing is because your mind equates attachment with importance. The longer you hold on to something, the more valuable it starts to feel. Not because it actually is, but because of how much of yourself you've invested into it. Time, emotion, energy, hope. You gave so much that walking away feels like wasting it all. But here's the truth most people never accept. Just because something took a lot from you doesn't mean it was meant for you. Philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer often spoke about desire as something that traps us, making us chase and cling to things that don't truly serve us. And that's exactly what attachment does. It convinces you that because it mattered, it must be right. Think about it like this. Imagine holding on to something tightly for a long time. At first it feels natural, then it becomes familiar, and eventually it starts to feel necessary. But if that thing is hurting you, holding on doesn't make it valuable. It just makes the pain last longer. And here's where the shift happens. Letting go doesn't erase what you felt. It doesn't mean it wasn't meaningful. It simply means you're choosing truth over attachment. You're choosing what's real, over what you've emotionally invested in. And once you understand that, you stop asking, why does this feel like losing? And start realizing, you're not losing value. You're releasing what no longer deserves your energy. Letting go feels like losing, because you're facing the void. It's not them you're afraid of losing. It's the emptiness that comes after. Before I continue, take a moment. Do you want to sit with this idea, or should I take you deeper into the final truth after this? Now listen carefully. There's something deeper beneath the pain of letting go, something most people never fully acknowledge. It's not just about the person, it's about what comes after them, the silence, the space, the absence of something that once filled your life. And that absence feels like a void. You wake up and they're not there. You go through your day and something feels missing. Moments that once had meaning now feel empty. And that emptiness, that's what you're really afraid of. Philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre described this as the confrontation with nothingness. The moment we realize that meaning is not given to us, we have to create it ourselves, and that realization is uncomfortable, because when you let go, you are not just losing something, you are being forced to face yourself without distraction, without emotional dependency, without the familiar presence that once filled your thoughts. And in that space, everything becomes quiet, too quiet. But here's the truth hidden inside that discomfort. That void is not there to break you, it's there to reset you. Think of it like clearing a room. At first it feels empty, almost lifeless, but that emptiness is not loss, it's space. Space for something new, something real, something that doesn't require you to lose yourself to keep it. And the moment you stop fearing that emptiness, letting go starts to feel different. Not like losing, but like making room. You're not losing, you're returning to yourself. The moment you understand this, letting go stops hurting the same way. Before I close this, take a breath. Do you want to reflect on everything so far? Or are you ready to see the final truth behind letting go? Now listen carefully. This is the part everything has been leading to. Letting go feels like losing, because you think something is being taken away from you. But in reality, something is being given back. Your time, your energy, your peace, your identity. Everything you slowly placed into something that couldn't fully hold it. Philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." And maybe now you understand what that means. You can't control what didn't work. You can't change what someone couldn't give you. You can't force something to become what it never truly was. But you can choose where you return your energy. Imagine this. You've been pouring into something that could never fully pour back, and now you finally stop. At first, it feels like loss, because you're no longer giving, but what you don't see immediately is that everything you were giving away is now staying with you. That's why, over time, you begin to feel lighter, not because you forgot, but because you're no longer carrying what wasn't yours to hold. And here's the final truth. Letting go is not the end of something valuable. It's the beginning of reclaiming yourself. So now I ask you, are you really losing something? Or are you finally getting yourself back? Take a moment, be honest with yourself, because once you understand this, letting go no longer feels like something is being taken from you. It feels like something is finally being returned. And maybe that was the meaning of it all.